The following program is a paid presentation for American Medicine Today and the Bonati Spine Institute. The information and opinions expressed are solely those of American Medicine Today and are not the opinions of the station, its affiliates, management, or employees.
Welcome to American Medicine Today. Presented by the Bonati Spine Institute, the world leader in advanced spine surgery, featuring the internationally acclaimed inventor of the Bonati spine procedures, Alfred Bonati, MD. Now, here along with Dr. Bonati, your host, Kimberly Bermel.
Hi, I'm your host, Kimberly Bermel, and welcome to American Medicine Today, brought to you by the Bonati Spine Institute. Every week, we inform you about breakthroughs in medicine and highlight the work of Dr. Alfred Bonati and the Bonati Spine Institute. We also discuss the growing concerns medical professionals, politicians, and experts alike have about the failures of President Obama's policies and his administration. Joining me is my co-host, Ethan Euchre.
Thanks, Kimberly. February is National Children's Dental Health Month, and we're highlighting a pediatric dentist in Brooksville, Florida.
Dr. Issa is changing the lives of children by making their first experience with a dentist a pleasant one. This positive introduction to dentistry could affect their health for many years to come.
Then we'll head to Lakeland, Florida to visit with a grandmother in our Back to Life segment. Years of picking up her young grandchildren may have led to her back trouble, and although retired, back pain kept her from enjoying time with family and affected her quality of life. After receiving the Bonati spine procedures, she is once again pain-free.
In our final segment, I'll speak with Dr. Bonati about the meltdown of medicine due to Obamacare, with shortages of doctors, medical equipment, and much-needed critical pharmaceuticals. Plus, the insurance companies that are losing millions of dollars and are pulling out of this government-mandated socialized medicine debacle.
February is National Children's Dental Health Month, which stresses the importance of establishing good dental habits early in life. Considering several deadly diseases can be traced to poor oral health, teaching young patients how to care for their teeth and gums can help prevent future troubles.
I have seen firsthand the difference pediatric dentist Dr. Issa has made in my child's life, from being frightened and tearful to enthusiastic and comfortable in one visit. That's pretty remarkable. The Dentist Place for Kids in Brooksville, Florida is a great example of how dealing with children on their level can help eliminate fear often associated with dental visits, which in turn improves their health for years to come.
I like Dr. Issa because he sings and I get to pick the movies.
So tell us how you got started. I know it's a very interesting story.
Yes.
About what made you get into dentistry.
While I was in undergrad, I originally wanted to do chemistry. My cousin told me, why don't you give dentistry a try? So I went out to Shands Hospital at University of Florida, started shadowing a couple of the dentists over there, and I fell in love with the career.
Why is it that oral hygiene plays such an important role in one's health?
Well, oral hygiene actually has a lot to do with the rest of the body. I mean, everything starts off with the mouth, and that's the entrance to the rest of the body. They actually have also proven that what causes inflammation in gingivitis can also cause inflammation in heart disease.
Wow. And so what made you specifically want to work with children?
I just love working with kids. I just want to make sure that they have such a great experience as a child, that they don't develop that fear that a lot of adults even have with coming to the dentist. I mean, I actually have some mothers and fathers here that are asking if they can come see me because they've just had that traumatic experience when they were a child.
Yes.
And
It
I mean,
It stays with
you take
you.
it with you when you're an adult.
It's happened to a lot of us. I mean, and that's specifically how you found Dr. Issa, right, Kimberly?
Yes. Well, my daughter, she was petrified of the dentist, and she would start on a tirade of just like screaming and crying before we'd even leave the house, and then it just gradually got worse and worse. And we would take her to dentists, and all they wanted to do is put her under general anesthesia, knock her out. And I did that one time, and it scared me to death. Tears were rolling down her face. She was shaking, and it was the scariest thing I've ever been through. And I thought, my God, something happens. I don't know what I'll do.
My friend Zanae told me to go to this dentist, and that's how I came here. I came here a long time, and I got this tooth pulled out, and it did not hurt.
I mean, it was a switch from a child being petrified and screaming and crying to a kid that said, I can't wait to go to the dentist. And it was you in this facility.
That is the reputation that I have here in Brooksville as the singing dentist.
I've been searching my whole life to find my own place. And maybe it's the party talking or the chocolate fondue.
And we should get into what sort of sets you apart from other pediatric dentists. You know, I mean, obviously you got the themed scrubs with Batman. You show movies, you sing. What other kinds of things do you do?
I mean, we try to make it as comfortable for them as possible. I mean, they can, just like you said, we do show movies. If they have a movie at home that they want to bring, they're more than welcome to bring it with them. They can bring their stuffed animal best friends as well. We make sure that they also get a checkup while they're in the chair.
As we stand here, I'm looking around and I see handprints. Are these the children that have been here?
These are all of the kids that have been here. To me, this practice is for the kids. So I want them to leave their mark here so that when they come back, they see that they are a part of this practice.
One of the things that sets him apart is the terminology you use for the techniques, I guess, you're going to perform on the children. And it's in an effort to not scare them. So you don't say, hey, I'm going to pick up and I'm going to use the drill. What do you call it?
We actually call it Mr. Whistles.
Okay.
Because it does make a whistling noise.
Such a high pitch.
Well,
And that's, to me, even as an adult now,
Yes.
I cannot stand the sound of that drill.
it's probably from your childhood.
And then the
crown?
the crown's another one.
For little girls, we call crowns princess crowns, and I tell them, I mean, I'll put whatever princess they want, Elsa, Anna, Jasmine. And for the boys, we do transformer teeth. I kind of like to make a little story for them, saying that when they do sleep at night, their transformer comes out.
Oh, very cool.
And what about the straw, the little
Yes.
Mr. Thirsty.
Mr.
Kids love
Thirsty.
Mr. Thirsty.
I like that.
How long ago did you bring this approach to the dentist place?
When I started here about 3 years ago, I wasn't the only dentist here. We had another dentist, Dr. Rajani, and I heard her singing while she was administering the anesthetic, and I kind of figured, okay, let's see if it works for me too. And then the movie Frozen came out. I had never seen that movie until I started working here, and then I realized every time I sang the songs for the kids, I mean, they would go from being terrified to just being happy. Your daughter, for example, would just be dancing in the chair while I was working on her.
And then one time when I was in the chair and they were doing my teeth, I was starting to dance.
And what I also like is you give out little tokens afterwards so they can get a
for our
prize.
token machines. And then sometimes with the kids that just do not want to brush and floss, I try to promise them something a little bit more. So that in 6 months, if we do see a huge improvement, I will give them that extra prize.
Even from the time that you walk through the door, there's a cute welcome sign that has all the patients' name for the day.
Yes, we do have
and
one
a
of my
cute
assistants,
character.
Sarah. She always draws the little figures at the bottom.
Yes.
She's very artistic too. I can even tell that's from Inside Out.
That is from Inside Out.
That's good. But that's got to be cool for the kids to come in
they
and be
love
like,
it.
that's my name on there. That's really neat.
And I just try my best to make the patient a part of this practice.
The dentist place for kids is a great place for you.
The Bonati Spine Institute is located in the Tampa Bay area. We have performed over 45,000 procedures on patients from all over the world.
The patented Bonati spine procedures lead the way in less invasive spine surgery exclusively performed at the Bonati Spine Institute. Now, a recent 7.5-year survey reflects a patient satisfaction rate of 98.75%.
At the Bonati Spine Institute, all of the procedures are performed here at our 11-acre facility. From your initial consultation and exam to x-rays and MRIs in our on-site imaging center. All surgeries are performed in one of our 3 surgical operating rooms, and recovery is just steps away. This allows the surgeon more access to their patients and allows you to go home the same day.
Each week, our Back to Life segment highlights a patient of the Bonati Spine Institute and chronicles their journey from living a life of pain to regaining their strength and getting back in motion. Coming up, we'll visit Lakeland, Florida and speak to Deborah Inesco and her husband Maverick about how the Bonati spine procedures freed her from a life of back pain and has allowed them to enjoy their active lives with their grandchildren once again.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
We consistently see amazing recoveries here at the Bonati Spine Institute. Most patients leave pain-free, no longer relying on prescription drugs. The best way to hear these remarkable results is from our patients who come from around the world to seek out the exclusive, patented, and targeted Bonati spine procedures. The patient you're about to hear from wanted to share her experience to help keep others from enduring another day in pain.
My back pain started gradually over many years, I think. Keeping grandkids and having one on a hip at each time. We had like twins. I kept my 2 grandsons that are only 7 weeks apart. And I kept them off and on for years and years. And then just slowly I kept, I guess, doing active things. And before I knew it, I just couldn't do it anymore.
We would go shopping and we probably wouldn't walk 50 feet and she'd have to grab hold of the basket or the cart. And that's whenever we went shopping. I just stepped aside. It was almost like I was her helper. She'd have never been able to make it through the grocery store.
He did, you know, had a special name. I was kind of grouchy a lot and, you know, quick to temper. And I would tell him afterwards, I'm sorry that, you know, I kind of, you know, got a little upset or whatever. I says, but my back hurts so bad I can't hardly think straight.
The initial feeling is terrible that you can't help somebody that you love.
And he's very understanding, and you know, like I say, we've been married 36 years, and so he says, they kept saying, we're in this together, we're in this together. And that was really, as I'm crying, you know, when the pain is so bad, and I've just yelled at him, and he says, but we're in this together.
Yeah, it actually had to change my life, like the things that she couldn't do. Doing yard work, you know, we always did yard work together. Near the end there was hardly any of that. You know, one of the things too, we lived in a 2-story house, and that got to be real tough for her going up and downstairs. I mean, there was times where she just would stay downstairs.
I was in pain 24/7. It was never out of pain that I can think of on any given day. And most of what I did to alleviate that was I would take aspirin. I took Tylenol, I'd take aspirin over the counter. I'd use every cream that I could find over the counter and stuff like that. But it only lasts a short time, and then, you know, you're taking more and you're taking more.
It's just like when she's hurting, the other person is hurting, whether it be your spouse, your best friend, whatever. Everybody is hurting.
It'd come to the point that I just needed to do something, and I had heard about Dr. Bonati on the television, the commercials that he did. And so we did our due diligence and, you know, looked at him, and then also decided we'd go to a regular back surgeon, and decided that, you know, why go through the long process of, you know, the bigger surgery, the longer therapy, and all of that kind of stuff. So we said we'd go and see what Dr. Bonati was all about.
And when we went to the first consultation with him, it was like, you know, it was just great.
He says, no, I already see it. You don't have to tell me anything. I can see it right there. I see it right here on this x-ray. He says, It's not pretty. I can already see that your back is not pretty, he said. And I already know and he said, instantly looking at it, he says, I already know what I need to do. I'm going to do this, this, and this, and that is exactly what he did. It was slip disc, the 4 and the 5 was a slip disc, herniated and protruded sciatic nerve, and the 2 nerves that go down in the vertebrae. They are in-house, and everything is there. They all know what they're doing. They all work well together. The surgery's there. The x-ray technicians and everything are right there. And everything was done in-house, and it was so comforting to know that you didn't have to go over there and then they wait and send everything over back to Dr. Bonati, and then they wait and then, you know, have to review everything and get back. It was everything. Once the decision was made, it was, you know, 1, 2, 3. When I walked in, pain level was probably, if you want to go from 1 to 10, it might have been even off that scale.
After the surgery there, I mean, she physically, of course she had help, from the operating room into the recovery room, she walked. And I mean, that was just amazing.
I started moving and I thought, I don't really feel the pain like I was before. And then I thought, well, let's move a little bit more. And I moved a little bit more and I kind of scooched up in the bed and I thought, wow, they were right. The pain is gone. I walked for the first time, not wondering when I was going to have to catch my breath because the pain would, if I put my foot down, the pain was going to catch and, it'd cause my breath to catch. But back to the hotel room, it didn't.
It's a tremendous technique and it works so well. And the patients get up, there's so little recovery time, they are happy, they are pain-free. That's the key. And they get their lives back.
We're pretty much back to living life the way it should be lived and the way the Lord meant it to be, So again, thanks to Dr. Bonatti, we're there, back where we used to be.
I'm back to work again and I like that a lot. We're retired, but we work part-time. And I also have picked up another job that I like and I do home staging. And that's moving furniture and carting things in and out and stuff like that. So, and I have, by the end of the day I'm tired, but my back is not aching like it was before. After the surgery, when I saw the grandbabies and I could pick them up, that was one of the first things that I was looking forward to doing. And when I could, I turned around to everybody, look, I have my grandbaby in my arms again. And I was very thrilled with that. I want people to have that smile, their smile back. And that's what Dr. Bonatti gave me. Dr. Bonatti gave me back my smile, gave me back my happy personality, because I had lost that. Because when you're in so much pain, you don't realize that your face is drawn, your smile is not there, your eyes are heavy. I want other people to know that there is life after back surgery or back pain, and that you can go to this doctor and he will do exactly as he tells you he's going to do. He's done it for me, he's done it for others, and he'll do it for you.
It's extremely important to be able to love what you do. And the beauty of what I do is that I constantly have a very rewarding result. These patients come in a bad situation and we are able to get them back and give them their lives back again.
I'm walking proof that it really works, because I've had back pain for so many years, and in just 1 hour or two worth of surgery, I'm free. I'm free of pain.
I'm 100% better than what I was.
If they knew about Bonatti, they would have so much less recovery time, and they have instant pain relief.
He was so dead on. I mean, he could look at the MRIs and know exactly, he knew exactly what I was going through.
You don't have to wait to feel better. You feel better right afterwards.
The procedure was quick and non-invasive, and you're in the recovery room and you're up and walking within an hour or so after the procedures.
They did give me my life back.
It was pretty amazing being on the operating table and being awake and being asked the question about how's the numbness in your fingers at this point, and it was gone.
I was back in the gym 6 days later. 6 days after surgery, I was back in the gym.
Before I had the procedure, I would have never been able to pick up my kids, and I would have never been able to hold them as, as little babies, and that, that means the world to me.
I feel like I'm 19 again. There's no pain.
You turn over a whole new leaf in life. You not only can do things, but you want to do things.
I've been able to continue to serve in the military, serve my country. I'm very proud of that, and I thank Dr. Bonatti for that.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail.
Obamacare has caused a meltdown in medicine. Everything that was promised is falling apart, and the insurance companies are losing millions of dollars by trying to sustain this socialized medical nightmare. Dr. Bonati, how has Obamacare affected your practice?
Well, I think Obamacare affected the whole nation. Didn't affect only the practice of physicians. Physicians, they accommodate. They decided that it's not really a good idea to serve a population that is under Obamacare. So some of the physicians, they move to only take private patients.
Why would doctors decide that they don't want to treat patients with Obamacare?
Well, first thing I think is an interference on the practice of medicine. It's practically a governmental medicine. Physicians in serving to Obamacare, they need to comply with a lot of paperwork for the bureaucrats. And that removes a tremendous amount of time serving a patient. So it's not only the lack of effectiveness in treating these patients, but at the same time, it's the fact that the lie of Obamacare saying if you want your physician, you're going to keep your physician. If you want your insurance, you're going to keep your insurance.
The lie of the year.
But or the year, yeah, or the century.
True.
So what really happens is distort every service in medicine. The products that we need to be able to treat a patient, they skyrocketing. The type of service for these patients that they promise to save $2,000 a year is a lie.
Right.
So these patients now, they have horrible deductibles.
Doesn't Obamacare limit access to specialists like you?
Well, Obamacare is a charade. It's a fraud all over. It's not a fraud economically. It's also fraud on the possibilities to deliver care. Physicians are, in certain groups of physicians are retiring. Other groups of physicians are denying service to the patients. And other group of physicians, more than anybody, the specialties, are not really taking Obamacare. So what happened is you end with a very few individuals that sometimes of these people are very poorly trained, that they are going to serve Obamacare.
Right.
So the situation is not only the restriction of specialties, but at the same time, the idea of the government is to restrict the creation of more specialties.
Sure.
Or more specialists. When you do that, then you kill the real American medicine. The American medicine is not the best medicine in the world because you have GPs doing medicine.
Right.
It's because you have specialties doing medicine.
And then we're also seeing a debacle now with the insurance companies. They have lost millions upon millions of dollars, and some, like United, are actually withdrawing.
United Healthcare is the best insurance in the nation. It's not only a responsible insurance, it's a really, really good insurance. So if the people, they have an opportunity to change insurance, they should look at United Healthcare. Not only because United Healthcare is a good product that satisfy physicians and patients and hospitals and clinics, but at the same time is responsible. So what we do is we have still some of the insurance that they are responsible in the nation. Now, they immediately react to the enormous loss. They lost around, I think, around $1 billion in this charade. And immediately the insurance companies, they need to respond to their constituency, to their shareholders. And those ones are going to immediately stop this behavior.
Right.
And all these people that they think right now that they have an opportunity to have a health care and they're very happy. And I heard some comments saying, oh, I love my Obamacare and all this. Just wait till one time they need to go to a doctor for something important.
Correct.
And they're going to go, I don't have a doctor.
Right.
Or I cannot have a specialty.
Right.
If you have a knee problem, you're not going to go to a general practitioner. You're going to go to an orthopedic surgeon.
Right.
Okay. If you have an eye problem, you're not going to go to a general practitioner. You're going to go to an ophthalmologist.
Well, it seems like with Obamacare, they're trying to blur the issue in an effort to confuse the citizens that healthcare provider and medical doctor are one and the same.
Well, the major trouble is that's an insult also to the physicians, and it's a typical of a socialistic society. When you have a socialistic society, what you do is you degrade the qualities of the individuals that they are upper echelon in a profession.
Yes.
Now, you have probably before you become and earn your first dollar, you need to be 34 years old. Any American specialist will be in the 32 to 37 years old before really start to start their practice. Now, all those years are years of training and years of schooling. The practitioners that they are trying to compare to a physician is a nurse practitioner or is a physician assistant. Well, that is exactly what they did in Russia and in Cuba and in all the countries that they have a socialistic or a communistic medicine. And it's cheaper, it's faster, it's incompetent.
And it's certainly not better for one's health.
Well, I'm telling you, if you have a problem with your eyes and you have a physician assistant or a nurse practitioner looking at you, probably you have the risk to extend the time of the illnesses on that eye. You can lose your sight, and for Obama, it's okay.
Thanks for watching American Medicine Today. Remember, you do not have to live with back or neck pain. There is an option. Stop suffering and seek a consultation to see if the world-renowned Bonati Spine Procedures can help you.
All you have to do is send us your MRI. Our medical staff will evaluate it and let you know if the Bonati Spine Procedures can help you.
If you have any comments or questions, contact us at the number below. You can also tweet at Dr. Bonati using hashtag American Medicine Today or hashtag AMT. We would like to hear from you.
Thank you for watching American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute. Please look in your local listings for our next regularly scheduled program. To hear more from Dr. Alfred Bonati and American Medicine Today, tune into News Radio 970 WFLA.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati Spine Procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati Spine Procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
The preceding program is a paid presentation for American Medicine Today and the Bonati Spine Institute. The information and opinions expressed are solely those of American Medicine Today and are not the opinions of the station, its affiliates, management, or employees.